Hi, this is Siddharth Bagga, www.thebusinessbuffet.com. So, here I am with a quick short video about how to make YouTube channel art to put up in your channel. So, let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this place. Personally telling, I have been finding this a bit difficult in the earlier time and I didn't knew how to put a channel art here. I did try a lot of things trying different sizes of images. I kept on downloading from Google Images and putting them up here and editing them a lot with their sizes and all, but it never worked because this particular place demands a particular dimension of your image. So, just this morning, I found a new software. Actually, not a software, but a website. Let me show you this website. Yeah, this is the website. Picmonkey.com. P-I-C, picmonkey.com. So, just choose any of your image that you want to put in the channel art. Click on this button that you can see here, edit a photo. Let's click, and as soon as I click there, I get an option to upload a photo of mine. Maybe I have a banner. Let's take this. So here is it. Now if I wanna put this banner on my YouTube channel art, so what do? I just write something over it. And to write something you can use anything, and maybe you can also use their option of adding text. Let me write something random, like I write the business buffet, and that's my website. Do visit it and just place it in a good position as you like it, and we're done. You can change the font if you want, and that's it. As soon as you're done, you just need to shift it, increase the size, rotate it, and anything that you want. I'll just put it this side. So this is just a tutorial. You can do it in the way you want. Now, as soon as you're done, you need to go on the crop option, and this here is the crop option, and this is the most important thing because we are now adjusting the size according to the Google requirements. Just click on this option and come straight down and choose the second last 2560x1600 HDTV. Just click on it, adjust this like I am adjusting it to this, and click save. First you click save, and then here click save to my computer. As soon as you do it, you get an option to save it, and we'll save it like sp1, and this little monkey shows up. That it's done. So here you are. Now you're done with your pick. Just go on here and click this button. The button, the pencil sign you can see here. Just click it. Edit channel art. Click on this. Upload the photo just that you have just edited. That is this one. I'm not uploading it. You can obviously do it. If you find any problem, just comment below and I'll help you out. So that was it. It was a quick tutorial from uh, the Business Buffet by Siddharth Bagga. Do subscribe to my channel. This is Siddharth Bagga, your digital marketing coach, signing off. Thanks a lot.
How to add a subscribe button to all your YouTube videos. Hello and welcome. In this video session, I'm going to show you how you can add a subscribe button that shows up on your videos. It's also called watermark or branding watermark. Okay. Now, I've gone ahead, I've actually created the images for you so that you can easily use it for your own YouTube channel. Okay. I've got two samples for you to download. The links will be available in the description. One has the white text saying subscribe, and the other one has the black text saying subscribe. Okay, so you simply choose either one. So let's go ahead and let's actually see how we need to accomplish adding that watermark. Let me go into my son's account because he hasn't actually got the subscribe button on his videos. So once we log in to our YouTube channel, we locate Creator Studio, we press on the link, and once we're here, what we need to do is locate the channel menu option and press on it, and then we need to go to in-video programming and we need to press on that. And as we can see, now the interface gives me an option to add a watermark. That's what that button is all about. Okay, so once we press on this, it's going to suggest to us how we should accomplish that and what sort of images we should use and so on. Okay, so simply locate the file you've just downloaded. Okay, so whichever one you want, as you can see, this white and this black, and let's just choose this one. And let's open this up and then let's hit save. Now once we do, it's saying okay, your uploaded watermark looks like this, and if we hit save, it's also going to give us an option as to tell us okay, when do you want that subscribe button to appear. Okay, you can say entire video, which I actually do not suggest. Okay, you can have your customized start time where you can manipulate this here and then save it accordingly, or you can have it show up at the end of your video. Okay, so I tend to use this particular option because I think it's more logical, meaning if I've given my viewer useful information on my video and they've actually watched it through, and then I want that subscribe button to appear, giving them an option to subscribe, because it is more than likely that they will click on that button towards the end of video instead of at the start of the video and so on. Okay, so but the choice is yours. You can simply have different time frames to show up for that button. Okay, so all we then need to do is press update. Now that's updated, when someone goes to watch any of the videos on this channel, this little subscribe button will actually appear, giving them an option to subscribe. I thank you very much for learning with me. If you haven't subscribed to Rank Your SEO Services, please do so, because I will be adding more useful videos for website owners and YouTube channel owners like me and you. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you in the next video session.
How to place a YouTube video in the HTML code of Blogger. That was like very confusing for me too, but I found a way, and this is like 2:30 a.m. in the night, and I'm recording this video just for you guys. So please subscribe to my channel. What we actually do for embedding is we just remove watch and add a slash here to remove the equals to sign, and when we click enter, the video kind of enlarges to a big one. So this link is very important for us. Now I have a code. I will be providing this code to you when you subscribe to my channel. This code here, you see the YouTube link first here and the second one here, and these two links are the same links. You need to just copy the link that we have created here to both of these places and just put this whole link into the blogger template wherever you want this video to appear. Like I have placed this link here and here is my video link first here and the same link down here. So when I preview this, let's see, let me refresh my blog. I've been working on this blog, so when I preview this, here is the video. But if you are using the general embedding code that Blogger provides, when we click on this share, that won't work. That will actually won't work here, and you would not be able to see any kind of video out there. So don't use this code at all. Use the way I have told you, and that will definitely help you in creating effective landing pages and maybe lead capture pages that I have been creating. And this is just a demo. So thank you very much. This is Siddharth Bagga. So do subscribe to my channel. Do like my page, that is Make Money with Sid. And that's all. Thank you. Have a good night.
The very first thing that you need to do in order to start getting traffic from YouTube is you need to go ahead and create a YouTube account. So you just want to go right to youtube.com, and over here on the right you're going to see a button that says create an account. It also says sign in, so if you already have an account you can just sign in, but you'll see it says create an account. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to click on that button, and from here, it's going to ask you a couple of different questions. All right. Now, since YouTube was bought by Google, creating a new YouTube account, you'll be creating a new Google account at the same time. And the whole process is very straightforward, as you can see on this registration page. And all you have to do is enter in your personal information and details over here on the right of this page. Okay. You're going to want to enter your name. You're going to want to choose a Google username. Now, if you already have a Gmail account, okay, you can log in with that information as well. All right. You can enter any username that you like as long as it's not taken by someone else. And the site will notify you if it is taken by someone else. Now, the easiest thing to do is if you have a Gmail account, you can just log in with your Gmail account. You can log right in. Okay. Okay. So once you've filled out this page, you're going to fill in the CAPTCHA forms. Then you're going to just click on the next step button. Okay. And once you've clicked on that next step, you're going to be forwarded to the welcome page where you'll be able to see your new email address, and you'll be able to click on the back to YouTube button. So you just want to, before we go any further, take a minute or two to go ahead and join as a new YouTube user, and I'll give you about 30 seconds to do that. Now, you should be signed in, and if you are signed in now, you're going to see over on the right-hand side here that there's going to be a little button. It's going to have your name in there, right? The name that you just created should be right in there. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do, the very next thing that we're going to do is we're going to discover different ways to find keywords to rank your YouTube videos. Okay, now as the number of videos uploaded in YouTube increases, there really does arise a need of YouTube search engine optimization. The days of just throwing up a video and getting traffic just from YouTube are over. Okay, YouTube search engine optimization refers to the various methods that are involved in order to increase a video visibility by the YouTube search engine. YouTube search engine optimization increases a video ranking after a search is conducted. So if you optimize your searches well, your videos well, when people search for something like your video, chances are, if you did a good job, you should show up, near the top. Now, high ranking for videos has numerous benefits, and by having a top video ranking on YouTube, one is able to increase the number of views for his or her work. Now, a proper keyword selection for YouTube should follow the following. Okay, first off, you want to consider the user's input. When selecting a keyword for YouTube search engine optimization, it's essential to put in mind what the user is likely to enter as his or her search term. After that, you can choose your keyword. Now, you do want to avoid vanity words and, company names or celebrity names. Okay. Vanity keywords are keywords that are likely to be used on other related videos. Now, when you have a similar keyword with a well-known artist or a company, you're likely to get very poor search rankings. And in simple terms, it's necessary to use more specific words. You want to use longer tail keywords when using YouTube. Like if you were going to put together a video on internet marketing, you wouldn't want to just use internet marketing as the keywords as tags. You would want to get more specific, like internet marketing for beginners or internet marketing with WordPress. You want to really add some keywords onto that and get much more specific in what it is that your video is about. Okay. Now, another thing that you want to do is choose a keyword that is easily repeatable. Now, the keyword helps in locating your YouTube file, but the keyword density is used to rank the various search results. Now, due to this reason, for one to get high video rankings, the keyword density should be enhanced by making sure that the keyword is repeated a reasonable amount of times. What I like to do is when creating a new video, and I'll show you in just a second, I'll repeat my keyword phrase a couple of times. I'll repeat it in the title of the video, then in the description, and then again in the keyword tags. Okay. Now, another thing that you want to do is you want to consider the character of video. Now, the keyword should be in some way describe the character and the type of your video. The YouTube search algorithm sometimes uses the nature of the video to display its search results. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to upload our first video. So over here on the right, you're going to see just over to the left of your username, there's going to be a link that says upload. And all you need to do is you need to click right on that, okay? And you can either drag in files, like you could drag a file right in here, or you can click on the select files from your computer, okay? And I want to upload this video right here, so I'm going to click on open, okay? Now, a couple of things right off the bat. You can see that this movie is uploading, okay? And it tells us the time that's remaining. Now, right now, this is titled as 1.mov. .mov is the type of file, but that's not a very good title. What we want to use here, we want to use our main keywords. Okay? We want to use our main keywords here. And then once again, we want to use our main keywords as the description. Now, what we want right here is we want a link. The very first thing that we're going to put in the description is always going to be a link back to our main site. Okay? That's very important. And then we'll put a space right here. And then once again, what we want here is we want our main keywords here and variations of our main keywords here. Okay? Those are two very important things. Okay. Next thing that we're going to do is we can choose if we have public, unlisted, or private. If you want to get traffic, you're definitely going to want to keep this as public. Okay. We're going to choose a category. You're going to want your category to fit, the video that you have just put up. So I'll go ahead and use how to in style. Okay, and then you have different choices here. I always use just a standard YouTube license. Okay, so our main thing is we have our main keywords here. We have our domain name first. That's the very first thing that we have. And then for tags, we have our main keywords. And that's pretty much it. Those are the only things that I put in on my videos. And then what you want to do is you just want to save this auto save, and you can see that our upload is complete, and when we click on the link we can see that our video that we just loaded is right there. So in closing, you can see it's not very hard to create a YouTube account and get your videos uploaded at YouTube and even get some traffic. So I encourage you, if you don't have a YouTube account yet, go ahead and get yourself one.
Hi guys, Tony here. I want to do a little course about YouTube multi-channels. These are kind of new, and you start to notice that Google is asking you to create new channels and stuff, or giving you the option to create new channels when you log into an existing Google account when you go into YouTube. So it does need to be covered because it's kind of important. There's lots of different things we need to take into consideration before we actually start using it, as far as strategies and what we're using it for. So I've got a couple of slides that I've done in the PowerPoint. We'll probably keep adding some videos to this as well, because as we get to know the multi-channel setup better, and after some testing and things like that, then we will probably adjust some things and tweak and test some stuff as well. Okay, so various ways that we can use this. The options that we got right now is local marketing, which could work really well. Okay, there's affiliate marketing, there's high volume niches, things like learn to speak English, or just anything like gaming. Anything that's got very high volume video views would be high volume niches. And then we got things like product launches. If you want to do promote products before the actual product launch begins, you want to start a couple of weeks before. We can use things like that. So if you've got multi-channels covering different launches, then you're just going to keep building more power into that particular Google account for that particular strategy. Okay, and then we've got things like CPA that we can use as well. So we've got multiple uses, just the same as we have for normal YouTube channels like we were doing before, but we are allowed 50 channels now per one YouTube account. That means we don't need to be using proxies inside that one account anymore, and that can work pretty well in our favor, especially if you've got software like Tube SEO Commander, where it's all about commenting, liking, subscribing, all kinds of stuff that we're doing within the YouTube platform, and it's all done from accounts or channels that we use. Okay, so before we were using different YouTube Google accounts and different channels on each account. Now we can pull all those channels into one, and we can do up to 50 channels per one Google account. Okay, so let's dig in a little bit more, and we'll talk about some other bits and pieces as well. Okay, so the strategies that we can use. Okay, so we can do things like our own channel networks, and that would be a situation like I just described for product launches, for example. So you might do a product launch for Facebook Ads Cracked this week. You might do another channel next week for another big launch. Maybe you've got a couple of channels that you've already done specific to products. The advantage of that kind of thing is that we can use product names. We can create channels with the product names in them, which gives it better SEO value. Okay, you can also do it for things like for local marketing, for example. So if you're doing for lead generation, you might want to do lead generation by city. You might want to do it by the actual niche, the offline business niche. So it could be for car dealerships, it could be for realtors, it could be for roofers, for restaurants, whatever. And you can have a different channel for each of them, all within the one Google account, okay? And that way you're keeping things nice and neat. But the alternative to doing that is just to create playlists if you want to keep that kind of thing all in one channel, especially for things like lead generation. You can just create playlists as well. That's another option you got to be able to segment those kinds of things. But it does make sense if you're doing channels like that to do it by either location or do it by the business niche. I'm not sure which one works properly, which works best at the moment for that. My guess would be to either do one or the other. Do not do location. Don't do both together is what I'm trying to say. Either do it by the niche, which could be for realtors, for example, and car dealers, for example, 2 different channels, or do it local, okay? And the local could be local lead generation for Florida, local lead generation for, you know, a city in California, for example. That would make a lot more sense. And the advantages of doing that kind of thing would be if you've got a bunch of realtors, for example, and they're doing videos anyway for their properties that they're trying to sell, for the actual real estate that they're trying to sell, and you can just build up that channel content naturally by putting their videos in it, and it's an additional service. And I would even offer that for free, just as an add-on to get the business and to keep the business as well. Okay. If you're doing it for affiliate marketing, what I would do though is I would create sort of broad niche categories for the first channel, for the main channel. So if you create a new Google account, and I suggest that you do for testing this, so it's something that you're willing to test. It might get deleted depending on how you're going to use it. Then you can test the hell out of it. You can test the hell out of it by using something like Tube SEO Commando and commenting from the channels within the same Google account, and subscribing and liking and all that good stuff that we can do with Tube SEO Commando, and we can just test and see if it's working or not. Now, I've not had time to get in and get that done yet, but I did want to get 5 or 6 people who have got Tube SEO Commando to go in there and test with me, and then we can also do some channel networks where we are combined together. So, for example, I might have a channel network about lead generation for California. Somebody else might have a channel for lead generation for Florida, for London, for different areas. And that way we can all sort of comment, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, favorite as well. And if we got Commando HQ, then you know that when you favorite, then you're going to be giving that guy a link wheel, that person a link wheel, so we can do all of that kind of stuff for each other as well. Okay, so there's multiple ways that we can use it, and I don't mean to confuse you with these kind of options. What I'm trying to do is just open your mind for what can be done, but it really does need testing, and we do need 5 or 6 people to go in and test from the Facebook group, okay? So from the broad channel, from the first Google account, from a new Google account, set up your first YouTube channel, keep it broad, okay? For example, if I was doing something like lead generation for different cities within the state, for example, or different cities around the country, then the first one might just be simple lead generation for business. And the next channel would be getting into sub niches. So then we can go into the real estate for Florida, real estate for California, car dealerships for different cities and stuff like that. Then it makes kind of sense to break it down like that, and you're keeping everything relevant inside there, and you're not confusing things for Google. So Google will say, oh, these channels are all about lead generation. He's broken it down by niches, and he's broken it down by locations. And that kind of makes sense to Google, and that way we can keep everything nice and tidy in the one platform, and we don't need any proxies and anything like that. We just use our home IP address, which is pretty cool. Okay, as I mentioned before, we're allowed up to 50 channels, and the custom URL that you create, you can use 20 characters. So the custom URL, you go into YouTube advanced settings, and I will do a video on how to do that. Basically what you can do is you can create a custom URL which has got some keywords in it, and that's the real beauty of being able to use this multi-channel now. And plus, you know, there's a lot of people not using it yet. There's a whole bunch of really good possible URLs out there that we can use as well. I did a few the other day. I think it was Rialto Leeds, Florida, or Rialto Leeds somewhere else, that kind of thing. So it's very, very niche specific as well. And there's a whole bunch of them that's just not being picked up. Okay. Let's go to the next one. So examples for local marketing, I sort of covered that already, but the broad niche, for example, lead generation, you'd have the one main channel. Your first channel would be like a main channel. This is the way I would use it. I wouldn't have that channel really linking out to the other ones, but I would have all the other ones linking in. And the way you do that is you make this main channel your feature channel, and every other channel that you create inside that account will be subscribing to this one, okay? You have them commenting to the main channel and not commenting out from there to the other channels. That's the way I would do it, and I just have a whole bunch of one-way internal YouTube links coming from those other channels. That's definitely the way I would use it for now, for testing anyway. Okay, so for example, you might have your main channel, Business Leads Texas, or you can go national if you want to stick to the one niche, one particular niche like realtors or car dealers or whatever. And then you can create your sub niches. So for example, if I was doing business leads in Texas, then I might want to do Dallas car dealer leads or realtor leads in Dallas, that kind of thing, and just keep building out those sub channels, as I call them, the support channels within that one Google account, one Google account. But these will be very, very valuable if you optimize them properly as well. And it does take a little bit of time to go in and optimize. But if you want to do this properly, you need to be able to go and you need to be willing to spend the time to go and do that, or at least get a VA to go and do that for you. Now, what I will do with Ty is we're going to do a hangout, and I will do a live setup of, say, 5 channels, and I will do it around probably real estate or car dealers or something like that. And I will create some sub channels around that as well, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about with that particular strategy. Okay, you also got the option, you can break down by services or products as well. So for example, this would work really, really good if you had a client who was a car dealer, something like that. Yeah, car dealer, and what he could do probably is break it down into different manufacturers of cars. So our example, 2 ways that we can use this for a car dealer, for example, to use the multi-channels that would make a lot of sense is this. Say for example you got a Honda dealer, then he could have his main Honda channel, which would be / Honda Dallas Texas or something like that, and then he could have one channel for each model of his Honda cars that he sells. Okay, that would make extreme sense. And that way you've got all those other little channels that are specific to one sort of model of the car, all giving one-way internal YouTube links to that main channel, that first one you create, which would be the Honda dealers Dallas, Texas, for example. Okay, you could do this as well for anything really. I mean, if you wanted to do it for internet marketing products as an example, then you could have ones just called internet marketing product reviews or something like that. Then you could be breaking down all the other ones into sort of sub niches for maybe for list building, for SEO, for video marketing, that kind of thing. So I'm just giving you examples here so that you can start thinking along the lines of how you can break this down and how you can build these channel networks and keep them really, really relevant. Okay. There's nothing definitive in what I'm saying. So I don't want to see in the Facebook group, did I get this right? I'll do this first and then I go and do that. I'm just talking now to give you ideas to open your mind. There's no step-by-step here. What I will do with Ty is do a hangout, and we will record basically when I'm doing that, and I will do a setup, an example setup, but I'm not giving you a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 step-by-step thing. I'm just trying to open your mind what you can do with this, okay? And then, let's see, example for affiliate or CPA marketing examples. You could do a broad niche, for example, for health, and you could have one main channel. So it could be, again, location specific, like health products in Texas, for example. And then you can create your sub niches around that. So if you've got a health channel based around a location, then you could be doing that. You could be doing channels for where to get fitness products, where to get offers that are related to CPA, where they can take some trial offers or something like that, where they can buy diet pills, all that kind of stuff. And you can geo-target with affiliate marketing too. And it does work very, very well because it's less competitive as far as for other people doing the same thing. But if you can make it location specific, then it's going to be easier to rank for as well. Okay, and that way you can be able to, excuse me, that way you can be able to reach maybe a smaller audience, but still very highly targeted. And there's nothing to stop you from doing different locations within one multi-channel account. So you could have one for various states or various cities within a particular state, and that would work pretty well as well. Okay, so always break down by your services or the products. It depends on whether you're doing things like local marketing, if you're doing affiliate marketing, whatever. Try and go a broad niche and then break down into sub niches from there. So the first channel will be the main channel, and all of those little ones will be linking there, and from there you can choose what to do. But the idea really would be to get them onto a landing page to get more information, or get them onto a Facebook fan page, somewhere like that. You're always going to have always going to be aiming for a call to action, and the best call to action you can have is asking people for contact details in one way or another, where you can contact them again and remarket to them. Okay, and if you're sending them to a website, for example, you can have some cookies in the actual website itself, so you can use that for actual retargeting by using AdWords and Facebook and things like that, which is really, really good because it's really cheap to do. Not hard to do, very, very cheap to do, and it doesn't take long to set up. Okay, so I just wanted to give you some examples how we can use multi-channels. I wanted to do a series of videos doing this set up by step by step. We're waiting for the coder to be able to do some adjustments in Commando HQ Suite and in Tube SEO Commando, so that we can use multi-channels properly from within those particular softwares. And he's been a little bit delayed with it. I think he had some personal problems last week, but he has done some updates in the last couple of days, and hopefully by the end of next week we'll definitely have the multi-channel capability, so that when using the tools we can choose which channels we want to log into and do comments or whatever else from. Okay, that's it. I just wanted to do a quick overview video, start to get you to think and how to use it. There's nothing sort of there's nothing really fantastic here with this kind of information, just to give you an overall view of what we can do and the way that I'm thinking that we should use at the moment. If you do have Tube SEO Commando and you're in the Facebook group, contact me if you're willing to spend a few hours working, with 3 or 4 other people or 5 or 6 other people, and we will try and use Tube SEO Commando and test the hell out of it for the multi-channels, and we will see what's working. As far as being able to do things like the likes, the comments, the views, and all that kind of stuff. So we'll be creating profiles from within the multi-channel network. We'll be adding that into Tube SEO Commando as a profile, and we will start doing things for each other's videos and channels, and subscribing to channels, and getting increasing channel views and channel comments, as well as the video views and comments and likes and subscribes and stuff like that as well. Okay, so if you do have Tube SEO Commando and you're willing to help us with this, then let's do this. And what we're doing here is we're creating some free training, yeah, and we're doing some testing, and we will figure out pretty quickly what's working and what to be careful about. But you need to be able to create a new Google account that you're willing to sacrifice in the testing as well, because when we're using automation tools and we are doing everything from one IP, then there's a possibility that it might go wrong as far as what we can get away with YouTube. Okay, but it's worth testing. If we can get it right, we can figure out exactly what we can do. Then from there we can create more solid strategies, and from there we can rank a lot better using these tools with these strategies. Okay, so that's it for now. Thanks guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
created using Powtoon.